Hey everyone, welcome back to the YouTube channel. This is like day 38 of trying to improve by 1% every day. I'll try to make this video quick because I think it's 10 o'clock, which is pretty late, meaning I will not get 8 hours of sleep because I'm trying to wake up at 5:40 tomorrow. It's later than normal wake up, but I'm slowly scaling it back because my routine's been a little messed up. But I will try to make it quick. So basically the idea today is that everything comes to an end, right? And there's really two sides to everything, right? So I spent a while talking to my dad tonight. Just he talks about like his life and stuff. And it's like, yeah, he's kind of too far in his life to, start something new, like become a concert pianist, is what he said. Like I could become one by like age 27 or something. I could be out there at concerts performing. But him, he doesn't really have like the 10,000 hours left in him to become the master of something. He's kind of at his time, He is what he is. And he talked, and it's like you really have to protect yourself, right? Because there's always things like, would you want to take $100 million, but you won't have either kidney? Like you won't have two kidneys and you'll have to deal with like all these health problems for the rest of your life. And it's like, no, I would rather have like a functioning body, right? So he's saying like you have two arms, you have two legs, you have a head that works, right? You have lungs, fully functioning body. So you shouldn't give anything up for that, right? And it's like you should just enjoy what you have and be thankful that you have like a body that works. And I get there's a lot of people that don't, right? They have disabilities or whatever. That not nice to say whatever, but I mean like etc. There are things that handicap them. And I'm lucky to not have those things. So I just have to like be grateful for that and respect the body I have and not do stupid things, right? Of course, there's like all these tragedies because my dad's a doctor. He's like, yeah, there's some teenage kids that jump off of roofs into pools and then like he had one guy, perfectly healthy teen, great mind, and then he snaps his neck. And he didn't die, but he's handicapped for the rest of his life. It's like one decision, it changes everything, right? One moment can change everything. But then there's also, on the other hand, there's like this professional BMX guy that comes to the hospital. He's up in the air doing flips and stuff, and then he snaps his neck. He survives, but even while he's in the hospital, he's got like all his jerseys and his posters and stuff and his sponsors. That's just his life, right? And even though like you snap your neck and now you need someone to like help you go to the bathroom for the rest of your life, you lived the life you wanted to live. Even if it came to a short end, right? You pulled the short stick, and like life ends a little early. At least you did something you were passionate about, right? There's ends to the spectrum. There's like you could be a dumb kid that snaps your neck and lives the rest of your life in a wheelchair. That's horrible, right? That was your decision. Then there's also like, hey, you can live the life you want. Might be a little dangerous, but if it all goes wrong, at least you pursued your passions, right? Then there's the life where an accident occurs to you, and that's truly just horrible, not your fault, right? And then there's also, shoot, what was the other life? Oh, the worst life, like almost there with an accident happens to you, but you can still like overcome it, is if you never pursue anything in your life. Low battery mode. Okay. If you never pursue anything in your life and you're like an 80-year-old man or woman and you think, oh, I never pursued that job opportunity. I never pursued that woman. I never started a business, right? I never even like practiced guitar. I never started exercising. It's like all these regrets, that is the worst life you can live, is becoming old and having regrets. So even if things do go wrong, right, everything will come to an end at one point. And yes, it is of utmost importance to keep your body healthy. Sometimes if your passion has risks like BMX riding, then maybe it's worth it. Like not worth it to destroy your body, but at least you lived a life that you loved, right? Pursue what you love, but always keep in mind the consequences that can occur. And even sometimes, like if an accident happens to you, someone runs into your car or whatever, it's like it's out of your control, but keep it in mind. Try to be safe. My dad was saying, like, if I gave you like a $1 million vase, like back in his time would be like $5 million today. If I gave you like a $1 million vase and told you to go ride your moped to like this other person's house to drop the vase off, would you just like carry the vase over like in your arm while you drive? Would you just put it on your shoulder or like right in the back? No, you wouldn't. You would probably protect it with something like foam wrapping, right? You do whatever you need to protect that, especially if you get a gain out of it, like if you actually transport it, because it's so valuable. So that's the same thing with like your head, like wearing a helmet on the moped. It's like that head is worth more than $1 million. So there's no reason you shouldn't be protecting it. You should not be like leaving your mind to be destroyed. Yes, I know some people do like fighting as well. That's their passion. And they still make money through that. But for me, it's important to like keep my head sound because that's the money making thing. It's like the golden goose, right? If you had the golden goose that just laid golden eggs, would you just like, keep it outside, whatever? Or would you like protect it, make sure it survives at all costs and like milk everything out of it that you can get? You'd probably protect it at all costs. Same thing with your head, right? That just makes your golden eggs for you and that brings in your money. And also, when your head's healthy, you are probably happier and stuff. So quality of life probably goes up as well. So there's like ends of the spectrum, right? Yes, things can be dangerous and things can be like, oh no, quality of life might go down if you accidentally get in a freak accident. But also on the other end, you don't want to live a life with no passions, right? You don't want to live a life where you never pursued anything and you look back and you said, dang, I wish I did something different. So yes, everything has two sides to it. You just got to pick one, right? You got to be like, well, maybe I pursue it, but you kind of got to rationally think like, is this a dumb decision or is this something that I'll be proud of in the future? So double think your actions. Also, speaking of finally like getting to the topic of improving after that long conversation, I hope you guys got something out of that. First period of the school day, I get there, nothing to do. So I read Atomic Habits. Today I went through 90 pages of Atomic Habits. Again, daily 1%, literally the name of the channel. It's just Atomic Habits. So I'm reading it again. Then during some other classes, I actually like did work. Some of them I kind of goofed off. But I studied a little bit. And overall, my day was quite productive at school. Mostly I read during the classes where I didn't have anything to do. Then we had like the Navy people come in and talk about nuclear engineering. All right, bet, right? I want to go be able to operate a nuclear reactor at 19. Sounds fun. So that happened. Then after school, came home, sat on my phone for a little bit. Thing is, I set like a screen time, like 45 minutes on YouTube. Problem is, I hit that by the time I got out of school. So I get home and I'm like, 15 more minutes. And the thing is, when you're doing handstands and practicing that, your head gets a lot of blood in it and you get a little like lightheaded and you're like, I gotta go drink some water and sit down for a minute. So you sit down, guess what you do? You pull up YouTube and you say 15 more minutes. And over time, that compounds really quickly, probably like an hour, 45 minutes. So really, I feel like I'm still trapped to my phone, even though there's like, there's all these other things to do. You're reading more. You're still trapped to your phone. And it's such a bad feeling. That's one of my goals. Again, I've been putting on like red mode where my screen is like a red tint to it. So it's really unappetizing to look at. But then I end up just turning it off and going back to YouTube. So I'm going to have to find out what's up with that and try to get some stricter ways for me to like not get on my phone. Like maybe instead of putting my phone in my pocket at school, I put it in my backpack. So it's like I gotta actually go to my backpack to get my phone. So a little more like friction between me and my phone. probably a good thing. Then, yeah, get home, I practice handstands. Today, I decided instead of just crawling up the wall with my feet to do a handstand, I would learn how to kick into a handstand, which is more efficient, and I would actually do that like without the wall. So I thought I wasn't going to get it today. I thought it was way too complicated for me, but I just spent like 20 minutes kicking into the wall, like with my feet elevated first and then with my feet all the way on the ground, and I was getting it. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to hold handstands, and I just held handstands for a long time today, and then like with my feet on the wall, and then I was taking them off a little bit. And by the end of the day, I was using like the little pirouettes, and also I just used my basic hands to do like handstands against the wall. But then I took my feet off the wall, and with the pirouettes, I probably held it for 10 seconds max. With my hands, I probably held it for like 6 seconds. The problem is the hands, it's way different to shift your weight. Like you can put it either on the palm of your hand or on your fingers, right? Like you got to shift between those two. Putting it on your fingers kind of hurts. I do feel like fingertip push-ups to strengthen my fingers, but still, that's kind of difficult to put like your whole body weight on both fingers, like when you're overcorrecting yourself. But with the pirouettes, you just hold it in like a natural position and you shift from like the back of your palm to the front of your palm of your hand. So much easier. And that's why you can hold the handstand longer and it doesn't hurt your wrists at all. So I did that. I also had a quick leg day, like 2 exercises. Also went out and drove a little bit, practiced for my driving test, like maneuverability. Aced it, of course. What can I say? Just I don't know, good driver. I don't really know what to say there. Yeah, so a little bit of practice here and there. I didn't really study at all tonight. But I did work out and I did do the handstands. Super happy with the handstands. I definitely improved on handstanding today because literally 3rd day of doing handstands, and 1st day I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. 2nd day I kind of held some handstands like yesterday, and today now I know how to climb up the wall. I know how to kick into a handstand, and without the wall I got a handstand for like 3 seconds, like just being in like the middle of my room, just like getting a handstand. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh, this is a long video. Sorry. And it's late too, which is even worse. But that was basically the day. I did improve by 1% today. Still some bad habits, right? Still ate a little unhealthy. Still spent a lot of time on my phone. But I'm grateful for the body I have. Grateful for the opportunities I have. And even though there's always like consequences and bad things that can happen, like no matter what you do, like exercising, always a freak accident could happen. But I have to compare the advantages and disadvantages, and especially if it's something I'm passionate about, I might as well do it because I probably won't regret it in the future. Like when I'm 80 years old in my deathbed, I'll look back and say, I don't regret having fun and doing something I love. Right? Like my dad said, no one ever says, I wish I put in another day at the office. No one says that when they are dying. They're always like, I wish I spent more time with my friends and family. I wish I spent more time on my health, right? No one's really saying, I wish I made more money. They don't say that. But clearly, it's not good to just neglect making money at all. You need good financial habits because you need money to help survive and be stable, right? And if you have money, you can learn to live a sustainable and good life doing other things that you're passionate about. But your life shouldn't just be focused around money because you'll probably regret that in the future. All right. Anyways, thank you guys so much for subscribing and commenting. I've seen a lot of new faces. A lot of new faces around here. Like I think just today I got like close to 10 subscribers. Crazy. And like 4 comments. I'm really happy to see them, read them, respond. And thank you guys for subscribing. Makes me happy. But also, this is kind of just my accountability. Gotta do it, you know? All right, my phone's probably gonna die again. It's already died today. And I'll see you guys in the next one.